Okay, you guys say hello to Harvey, 1971 bus. This thing is sick. Probably looks like kind of the original color, yeah?
Yeah, Niagara blue.
Niagara blue.
Original interior, reupholstered.
Sick.
Original drivetrain, 36 horsepower motor, rebuilt. So.
Dude, love it. My first car was a V-Dub Squareback 68. So
yeah.
And then all my friends had V-Dubs, and it was just like, you know, V-Dubs they're great, man.
Oh man, so fun.
Yeah, so
and you get so many looks in this, you know. Everybody's showing peace signs and thumbs ups, and
love it, dude.
Everybody's happy to see us come by.
So you guys, this is our tour guide Chad right here.
Hey,
he's going to be taking us around. He's giving us the sweet tour, man, and he leaves it open to us too. But he's got all the good routes and everything. So we're gonna have fun today. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, his name is Harvey, so I talked to Harvey.
Hi, Harvey.
Coach him around.
Yeah.
Up and down the hills a lot. You know, just little 36 horsepower motor in the back, so 0 to 60 eventually. You know what I mean? So this park is really amazing. It's 3 miles long and half a mile wide. And and it's one of the largest man-made parks in the country.
Oh my God.
Right? So back in the old days of San Francisco, this was known as the outside lands. Nothing but rolling sand dunes out here.
Oh wow.
And the city is growing like crazy, coming out of the big gold rush of 1849, and everybody's thinking, they're looking at New York in Central Park thinking, that's beautiful. We want one of those.
Right.
They actually go to New York and they get the guy, Frederick Olmsted.
Oh, no way.
And they bring him out. This guy looks around, he can't believe it. It's kind of hard to believe, but nothing but rolling sand dunes here. And he goes back to the city and says, good luck. And he quits. Right?
What?
So, yeah, they get 2 new guys, William Hammond Hall, John McLaren. These guys are adamant they're gonna build a park. And so what they figure out, long story short, they'll take soaked barley, the horse chews on. They mix it with the native lupine grass seed.
Right.
They lay that mixture on the sand, it keeps the sand from shifting, grass starts to grow. Once you grow grass, you go with the trees. Monterey pine, Monterey cypress, Tasmanian blue gum. So these trees just took root about 150 years ago.
No way.
Give it the name Golden Gate Park from outside lands.
All right, the buffalo roam here. Dude, I can't believe there's buffalo here. Is this real?
Yeah, so...
And I wish we could share with the audience the amazing song that he had with it.
It was genius, you guys.
And we just can't share it with you on YouTube because, yeah, we'll be copyrighted. But just know that he had this amazing track and he's been playing the best tunes. So if you do this tour, you will be very, very happy with that. Trust me on that.
These guys out here in the 1890s, kind of like an early effort at animal conservation.
Yeah.
So they've been able to breed over 500 back into the wild from the little program right here.
No way.
So, now these guys, they're all just retired. They're just gonna live their days out in San Francisco. Yeah,
I love it.
They're chilling. All right, so here's San Francisco, right? It's
Got it.
7 by 7 miles.
Right.
Surrounded by water on 3 sides. Golden Gate Park, 3 miles long.
Whoa.
So yeah, about half the size of San Francisco. Half a mile wide, 3 miles long. Making our way through, we're gonna cross and then into all the museums and gardens. So we're kind of like right here right now, yeah. The Presidio is that other piece of green.
Oh.
And then your Land's End, yeah, so.
Well, San Francisco is absolutely stunning.
Man,
I mean, truly.
I like the orientation that now you.
Yeah, thank you for doing that
geographically we know
because
where
now
we're
I
at.
know exactly. I get it now.
Right, so yeah, we're on this western half, so we're facing this way.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
that's it.
Thank
So,
you. So
facing
you get
east.
my brain.
That's
That's
it.
what I needed.
So yeah, for today we'll go get a view up on Twin Peaks. We'll go through the Haight-Ashbury, Twin Peaks, Alamo Square, Civic Center, Union Square, Chinatown, Telegraph Hill, the Wharf. Yeah, oh man. Palace, the bridge. Come back down and then somewhat make our way over California Street back downtown again. So it's gonna be like one of these. Yeah,
We're spiraling.
Yeah, we're gonna be
spiraling.
In all the right ways.
That's it, totally.
I'm so down. This is so cool.
Stoked, you guys. I'm
Oh my
feeding off your
gosh.
vibes right now, for
love
sure.
it.
I'm loving it. You know?
This is such a beautiful park.
look
I
at
didn't
this.
realize it was like just looking
Right?
at the map. Like you know, like you hear how big it is, but you don't realize it's that
Here's
big.
an image of what it looks like from an airplane right there.
No
So yeah, like
way.
a big green rectangle on the city, and
Wow.
so very Central Parky.
Yep.
Although Central Park 840 acres, this one's 1,017. So
Oh wow.
20% larger. But yeah,
This is so cool.
crazy to think San Francisco is truly a sand dune. These early pioneers are always complaining about the wind is blowing sand
Right.
in everybody's face.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
Oh my
Cool.
gosh.
That is wild. I never knew that. She had mentioned to me about the trees. I love these trees. And I said something about the Monterey Pines. I was like, yeah. No, it's sick. And I didn't know the origin. Now I know because Chad told me.
Yeah, right? So the pine and the cypress are from Monterey Bay, which you guys are familiar, just south here. So they take the salty sea breeze off the Pacific.
Yeah.
And then the Tasmanian blue gum from Australia, mates. Those ones with the peeling bark and a minty smell.
Yeah.
Those ones, you know, there's some really big ones, about 150 years old in here.
Wow.
No way.
Those trees seem to, grow in anything, it seems like.
So that you can go up in for free.
For free.
In that town. What's that tower called again?
The DeYoung Museum.
Okay.
DeYoung Museum Tower.
Yeah, that's it. So.
And you can go up there and
Currently,
see.
Paul McCartney's showing some photos.
That is so cool.
Eyes of
Yep, it's been such a hit. They've extended it to the end of October now, or until October.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm looking up on top of the museum. Is there a giant green space up there?
Yeah, so this is certified platinum LEED, and that's a living roof, and so you can walk around on the living roof.
Oh my goodness.
The butterflies and all this, so kind of
What?
looks like a little Teletubbies land, but yeah.
Yeah,
Go
it
up there.
does.
Yep.
Dang. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
Murals. They buffed it.
So yeah, guys, man, a lot of cool stuff up on Haight. This would be like all the thrift stores, sneakers, vintage, tie-dye.
Is that Thrasher magazine right there?
Yeah, Thrasher.
What?
Been there for about 6 months now.
Oh my gosh.
This love piece right here on Cole Street, halfway down the block is where Charles Manson lived in '67. So wasn't all peace and love.
No.
Psychopath manipulators.
Yeah, man.
Right, the red Victorian here. Yeah, they should do something with this again. It's been a while. And then decades of fashion and Wasteland over here.
Oh yeah, Wasteland.
You guys go in there, come out looking like any decade you want. Platform shoes, polyester shirts. Yeah, so Jimmy, you guys remember Jimi Hendrix? He used to live at this red house with white trim coming up on the left-hand side there.
Oh, there it is. Look at, there's even a mural.
Oh, wow.
They say he wrote the song Red House about living in that red house. So.
Wow.
That is Jimmy's red house. Yep, and then Jimmy lived right here is the intersection of Haight and Ashbury.
Oh,
Oh, that's Nikos. I think that's Nikos.
Yeah, that's it. That's Nikos, yep.
Yeah.
So 635, that's where Janice used to live, the pink one right here.
Okay, 635, Janis Joplin. You can tell, look at that. Wow.
Bottom corner unit in 67 that year.
Wow.
And then Jimmy and Janice, they get together, walk up here to visit the Grateful Dead. So the Dead lived at 710 Ashbury. So it's this big gray house with a fence at the bottom of the stoop.
Oh, look at that.
Famous Grateful Dead house. Across the street at 719 was Sonny Barger.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Sonny is the guy who started the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. They're celebrating 76 years in San Francisco this year.
Okay, we just stopped. There's the van. Look at that. Look at the view where we're at. We're gonna go up to this spot and check out the view. It's a better view. So follow me. All right. A little breezy, but it's nice.
Yep, we're kind of just out of the fog, getting that kick from the Pacific, but this will be a great view for us here. I'm hoping.
Oh, this is rad. Is there ever a skate spot up here? No.
No, this is, they call it Tank Hill.
This is Tank Hill.
So you used to have a water tank sitting up here back at the turn of the last century.
Like right there.
With a gravity-fed water.
Okay, wow, sick. Okay.
Yeah.
In the tank.
Look at this view.
Whoa.
I would love to point out the Golden Gate Bridge, but it's in that bank of fog right
So
there.
that's where it is. It's in there.
It's just over there.
That's sick.
So yeah, this is Golden Gate Park right here in front of us.
Oh, whoa.
And yeah, you can see the DeYoung Museum still. So we were in there.
Oh, whoa, this is crazy. Dude, what?
Awesome, man. What's up? This is
Bro,
awesome.
this is crazy, dude. That bench, too, like what?
Yep, that's my photo op right there.
That is the sickest. Dude.
This is literally the cool. I've never seen anything so amazing in my life, like ever. Look at this. Like I feel like I'm on top of the world. Oh my gosh, not only, I think from an airplane have I had such a good view. And it's fleeting because you're landing or taking off. And I'm usually gripping the seat. This is so cool. Yeah, like so that fog over there is where the Golden Gate Bridge is. But we can't see it because it's in the fog.
It's over there.
It's like right there. Yeah.
But look at the city, too.
Look at the city. It's amazing.
Wow.
I can't get over it. I can't get over it.
You got to come sit on this bench. We're going to get a photo on this iconic bench. I mean, the view on this bench, look at this. This view is stunning. If I lived anywhere near here, I would come here once in a while and just sit here for hours. I'd bring lunch, chill.
This is typical June, July, August.
Beautiful.
Having the fog
And the fact that there's the fog over there and it's sunny here. And it's chilly. It's probably 55 degrees.
Yeah, this side is all clear.
I guess Oakland is that way. So far, this tour is really fun. The wealth of information and the enthusiasm that Chad has is so cool. And, you know, he's a local. He gets it. You can chop it up with him, and, you know. And then he's got it dialed into where, you know, he's playing music that's appropriate to the thing. He's visual, geographical. We're getting all the info. It's comprehensive. I highly recommend it. I would do it again. And tell him, like, oh, let's do something different. Let's do, you know, this route this time or whatever, because he's just fun to hang out with on top of that. So, you know, if you come to town, you want to hang out with a local and see what it's really about, I'm sure he would answer a lot of questions too. So, pretty cool.
Here we go. Okay, here we go.
We're going to flip it. We're going to flip it, whip it, and head downhill.
So impressive you drive this thing.
Yeah, Harvey.
In today's world in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Man, right? But guys, do you like roller coasters? We're going down 17th Street.
Yes.
17-degree grade. Here we go. Hey.
17-degree grade.
17. Let's
For
go.
17th Street.
No pedestrians, please. Don't pull out in front of us now.
Hey. Look at that. Woohoo!
I'm gonna try and get some air off the speedboat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys did it so. And then, you know, you think about this, you know, the 60s, the beatniks into the 60s with the hippies, the 70s, you had the Native American occupation of Alcatraz, the LGBT community in Harvey Milk, the Black Panther Party in Oakland, California, a lot more of that civil rights stuff. And so, but yeah, here we go into the Castro. A lot of rainbow flags.
Love it.
A lot of tongue-in-cheek names on the businesses. Here goes my Castro song.
Oh, that's funny.
And then the famous Castro Theater here.
Wow.
It's under restoration, but they usually do a lot of sing-alongs.
Castro Theater.
And then there's that big rainbow flag in the corner, what we saw from Twin Peaks. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, come on, Harvey.
Okay, we're going up top of the hill at Alamo Square. We're going to see the Painted Ladies. We're playing the theme song. Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
And there are the Painted Ladies. It was really cool as we were on our way up here. Our tour guide, Chad, was giving us a lot of info about the Victorian home scene here and how it has, you know, evolved over the years from when they were first built in the 1890s, 1900s. You can see the van down there, by the way.
Yeah, he's going to meet us down there so that
There it is. And then in the 60s, when the Haight-Ashbury thing happened, you know, they were painting these houses, all the psychedelic colors and you know, mixing it up because they were so cheap to rent.
Right.
Because they were kind of in disrepair. And obviously in the 90s, they started getting snatched up and people started fixing them up. And now they go for like $3 to $7 million when they were previously like 20 grand or something like that.
Isn't that crazy?
Pretty wild.
But I think, I think just rolling through, I feel like what's cool though is every time we stop and get out, then we roll through and we're seeing like just such cool stuff. We went by, we learned about Harvey Milk. Is it Milk? Yeah, we learned about Harvey Milk, and then we saw the Castro and the biggest pride flag I've ever seen. That was just so cool. But like now we're here. We're full house. That intro I watched as a kid, and we kind of rolled through here once a few years ago, but it was kind of briefly on some scooters. So like to sit here and look at this is just so cool. When you're on the tour, this is a good spot for a bathroom break. They have, you know, the public restrooms right there, so that's really cool. That was something I was thinking about, and then, you know, it was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, he's got it all covered.
He's figured it out. Can I just say this is the coolest experience ever. Like, ever. I'm having so much fun.
And it's a perfect day for it. The weather's really nice.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And you know what it is? His enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And knowledge. Any question we've asked, he has it.
We're big history people, and I'm big on origin and why things are and all that kind of stuff. And you don't even have to ask him because he's covering all of it.
Everything, before you even think about it.
And he's kind of got it in a great kind of a Reader's Digest version that is timed out perfectly
then
for like
the music.
Yeah, he's got it down. So yeah, we're learning a lot. I didn't know I was going to be learning so much, and I love learning stuff. So
yeah,
this is great. All right, I had to just check this mural out real quick because we saw it from up top. Really cool. All sorts of stuff all the way down. Love it. Just a lot of art in this town, and graffiti, street art, all sorts of art, you know.
so insane.
Okay, we're walking like up to the Painted Ladies. We've never done this, actually.
I've never been that close.
No. The cool thing is look at that.
Wow, look at the stained glass.
It's like a Mondrian stained glass door. Look.
Whoa.
Look. Yeah.
Probably more. Wow. Look at all the little detail. That's
Yeah.
what it is. There's so much detail.
And then you realize how steep this hill is when you're walking up, you know.
Sharing history, you know what I
The story of this blue Victorian right here of a guy named George who lives here, who's a friend of Chad's, who was our tour guide. And this guy apparently has this place restored to like perfect period status. It's been in the family, I guess, the whole time. So they kept everything, the furniture, the molding. He said everything in there is like the way it should be. And that this guy will come out here sometimes and give tours to people for like $30. And he's not here right now. Otherwise, we would definitely take him up on that. But wow. Wow, that's a view. What is that, Chad?
So yeah, we're coming out of Alamo Square, all these historic Victorian era homes, and right towards Civic Center and City Hall. All right, so we're coming up behind it. This is the opera and the ballet, also finished in 1915 with all this California granite, so it will not burn.
This is the back?
This is the back.
This is the back.
So I'll take you guys around front because a really cool thing they do here is on average 15 weddings a day. Yeah, we'll go through this intersection. It's the opera, ballet, and symphony right at the back of City Hall. Here, if I can get this view in front of this bus. Here you go, opera, ballet, symphony. 1, 2, 3. So 3 world-class institutions, those. And then we'll go around the front door and maybe we'll get a wedding.
I don't even feel like I'm in California right now. In like Europe or something.
Right, this is Beaux Art style, is like, yeah, the buildings in DC, all over
Yeah.
France.
That's what they call
I've
that?
never seen
Okay.
any of that. The steps even.
All right, City Hall.
Yep, totally.
Called it.
At least 15
There it
weddings a
is.
day. We're about to see one. This is all
Oh,
real,
yeah,
folks.
Look at her dress.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's got a white suit jacket on.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
That's so funny. You literally said it. Look at all these friends.
We should have brought some rice. Dang.
I know.
Oh man, it's so fun to come by here. You're almost like guaranteed to see a wedding.
Oh, there they go.
Yeah, really cool.
Wow, look at the gold on that. Oh,
Okay,
my.
look at this. There they are.
Congratulations.
Yee! Yeah!
And then this is the big Bill Graham Civic Auditorium. So
Oh, wow.
they do a lot of big shows. Millennium on the marquee for next month. But you know, Britney Spears, Lizzo, that kind of stuff, they'll play the venue. And a
Dude,
lot
the
of
Bill
people don't
Graham
remember this
Civic.
yeah, and then looking back at City Hall, it's huge.
Oh, wow. Look at that row.
Snatchers, last shot, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's scenes from Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry.
Oh, yes. Is that an old Wyland? I think it's
Yeah, it's an old Wyland.
old
This
Wyland
is the
mural
old
that's
Farrell Street
massacred.
Theater.
It's okay, Wyland. You got a few little fishies left. They survived. And that's like the ocean right now. It's just getting, especially up in our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
That fire really messed the ocean up.
So, Nob Hill above us, Tenderloin below us. We're going over the side of Nob Hill into Union Square. So it very quickly turns into hotels and shopping down here. Up on the hill, that's where the traditionally wealthy used to live. The Bezos and Benioffs and Zuckerbergs used to be the railroad barons.
Union Square. Cable car.
So a great place to hang out and people watch. Otherwise, it's really known for the shopping.
All right, we are at the entrance to Chinatown. Look how rad that is. That's like
if you're
the
looking for a
icon.
chandelier or a life-size transformer, they got you covered
They've
right
got
here.
you covered.
Oh man, you know.
Anything you could want. That is so cool.
So yeah, the most congested neighborhood west of Manhattan would be this little Chinatown today. Man, a lot of people live here. But yeah, it was the gold rush of 1849. That's what put California on the map, and the whole world floods San Francisco for the gold. The Chinese are a big part of it. That's where you put that in your be cool. Big Cantonese speaking neighborhood, so a lot of people originally from southern China, Guangdong, Hong Kong, so dim sum is the meal of choice. You got Bruce Lee, the neighborhood hero. Turning on to Jackson, you got Z&Y, famous for the Szechuan style. So if you like it spicy, Z&Y is killer. Next door is Great Eastern, famous for the dim sum.
Because the original Bank of America right there.
Cart, but he was able to get his money out of it.
I guess it was the Bank of Italy at one point.
There's Cafe Sport, Siciliana.
Ooh, Cafe Sport.
Yeah, he was able to give Walt Disney his first loan for the movie Snow White. He helped finance the Bay and Golden Gate bridges.
All right, Harvey's pushing up because we're going up to Coy Tower. Here we go. Yeah. Everybody lean forward. We're good. We got this.
May the spirit of Harvey be helping us up this hill.
No problem. All right, we're looking at Alcatraz. There it is. Just out of the fog. It might get shrouded. The sun's out just enough to kind of expose it. There it is. We're not going to go out there, but
yes,
we will someday.
That would be
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking at what would be the Golden Gate Bridge view. It's just shrouded in fog. Typical, you know. I was hoping to maybe see the top of it sticking out of the fog. I've seen photos like that. But there's even like a plaque right here to show you. But yeah, can't see it. We'll get close to it on the tour, apparently. We're going to go see it soon. All right, we're walking around Coit Tower right now on this really neat trail. Apparently there's a lot of parrots here, kind of like the ones we have in Orange County.
But they're red.
But they're the red version. We have the green ones.
They were all Jimi Hendrix parrots.
They were Jimi Hendrix parrots?
Left San Francisco to move to London, he let all of his parrots go. So.
No way,
Wow.
That's rad.
So to further the legend, my buddy goes to London, he's walking around Hyde Park, and the tour guide is pointing out the parrots, and he's like, yeah, when Jimmy left London to move back to San Francisco, he let all of his parrots go. So maybe the ones in LA are Jimi Hendrix.
Right?
Pretty epic view right here. You got the ferry building down there.
What's this bridge one again? What's that?
Oh, the Bay Bridge.
That's the Bay Bridge, yeah.
Bay Bridge.
So 4-mile long Bay Bridge goes through Yerba Buena Island, takes you over to Oakland and Emeryville and Berkeley, directly across the bay. So
This view of the skyline is unreal. It's the closest we've been, I think.
Yeah, this is so cool.
The Transamerica right there.
And then the
Bay Bridge.
the Bay Bridge, we're going to be going over that after we tour the Pixar studio.
Awesome. There's the cruise ship. We're getting a really cool view. We just went inside to the lobby too and used the restroom, but some great murals in there.
It's beautiful.
And yeah, just look at this.
And who did the murals again, you said?
It was Diego Rivera's students.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow.
we're teaching that. And then if you know the WPA in the 30s, it was like a program to get artists to work.
Yep.
Wow.
And so, yeah, Diego, and you know Diego, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, and that style.
Okay. There's no barriers there. We don't want to go straight. Okay. Remember to do the same thing when it comes back down. It's the same thing. So don't touch. Don't lean right into the murals. Take control.
Yeah, I had to come in and look at these murals that Chad was talking about. Unreal. Here's the gift shop right there. I like this one, how they used the window for like the depth of the bookshelf. Look at that. That is so cool. The view out of these windows is unreal. Really is. And I've always seen this from far away in San Francisco. I've never been up here, and so finally we make it up here. This is so great because I've always wondered what was in here and what this was like up here and what the view was like, obviously. Way more to it than I thought. This is really cool.
There.
And look at this. This is how sweet you get taken care of over here. Look at the snacks
Hey, you got some
the Chad
snacks.
offers. Katie's having some. Oh, veggie.
Come check it out. I'll show you
Oh, let's see what else we got back here.
my period correct cooler here.
Yes.
I got some beers in here if you want a beer. I got some local beers. Got some
yeah.
water. I got some soda.
The vintage period cooler is a must. And look at even with look at it, dude. So bartender Chad is offering the Fort Point beer company. This is named after, right by the surf spot over there, Fort Point.
Yeah.
It's the old, it was like an armament, what was that? Like some sort of like...
Pre-Civil War fort, yeah.
Pre-Civil War fort, but a really trippy surf spot. The wave bends in under the bridge and everything. All right, bro, cheers, thank you.
And then this is the Joe DiMaggio playground, swimming pool, and library. So all open to the public.
Wow.
And so yeah, that DiMaggio family, they were all fishmongers at the wharf. This is where the boys grew up playing baseball. This was the sandlot for Joe and Vince and Dom and them. And
That's crazy.
so yeah, Joe, he famously goes on to play for the Yankees, coming from the San Francisco Seals. Gets a couple World Series titles, but he comes back to marry his sweetheart, Marilyn Monroe. This is the seafood. Lots of good seafood, lots of bad seafood. Let me put it this way. You've come too far for Bubba Gump and frozen shrimps.
Right.
Applebee's and McDonald's and Denny's and all the chains are down here. Yeah, and then I gotta give a shout out right here is the Cod Mother. She moves out here from the UK 10 years ago, opened up her little fish and chip spot. She makes an amazing fish and chips.
Okay, well, that's a good
The
support
Cod
that.
Mother,
Cod Mother.
genius.
My favorite from her though is the fish tacos.
Fisherman's Wharf! We made it.
Fisherman's Wharf.
Museum Mechanique and then Fishmonger.
Fishmongers, yeah. Pick any one of these guys. They're serving up Dungeness crab sandwiches, cups of calamari, shrimp cocktails, all the good stuff here. And then right in the middle is the famous Boudin Bakery. That's where they're baking up the famous sourdough bread.
Yes.
And they'll take that famous bread roll, rip it open, fill it up with clam chowder. So
Oh,
that's the one.
I know I'm so hungry.
The mother starter goes back to the 1850s. My favorite restaurant down here would be Skoma's. If you see the orange sign on the water's edge, I've taken my mom there a couple times for her birthday. It's a beautiful sit-down seafood meal. And
Skomas?
Skoma's. So yeah, what Skoma's has, like the best restaurants down here have, is their own fishing fleet. So everything served sustainably caught in season from their own vessel.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
amazing.
That's genius.
Right? You've come too far for frozen tilapia. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get it right off the boat here. But yeah, I would say stick with the Italian, the Portuguese names. Typically,
Yeah.
these are legacy businesses. They've been doing it for 50, 100 years. So yeah, Cipino's, Capuros, Skoma's, Franciscan, Ghirardelli on the hill there.
Oh boy.
Famous chocolate factory.
Heck yeah. All right.
So I'm thinking you guys rode the Hyde Street cable car right
I
here.
think so.
think you're
This
right.
one's just more of a roller coaster than the other two.
Here, so that's probably why.
One of us, yeah, that's it.
There it is.
So they say they invented the Irish coffees here in the city, and so they do make that killer Irish coffee, which even just watching them make them is a cool thing to see, right?
Yeah, they're like,
It lines it all up. Yeah.
Extremely long line for the cable car.
Instead.
Wow.
Do that in the morning or do that in the evening. This is the worst time to try and get on.
Yeah,
with it.
apparently do that early morning or late in the evening is what we're told. But until then, just do the van tour. It's way easier.
Way easier. The lines from lunch to dinner, 45-hour long wait. It's not worth it.
Nope.
So Ghirardelli, they don't make chocolate here anymore, but it's still a local product, just produced across the bay in San Leandro now. So
Oh.
what they got now, 3 chocolate shops. So there's one in the corner, one up top, and a big one in the middle. And then there's a pizzeria, a dim sum restaurant, a beer brewery, a miniature golf, jewelry store, Fairmont Hotel. But check it out, guys. If you hadn't had Ghirardelli in a while, I brought some to share.
No way, dude, he brought Ghirardelli.
Yes, I
No
did.
way, I'm going in. There's my favorite right there.
Take a few, I got you guys. Heck yeah.
Gosh, you have a, oh my goodness.
You know?
That's my favorite.
I'll take the sea salt.
Yay!
See, they don't offer that on the cable car, you guys.
There's a couple of them.
Sick.
There we
Thank
go.
you so
The
much.
Hey, my
candy
pleasure.
man.
Yeah, guys. So that would be America's oldest chocolatier. Guys, Boudin, Ghirardelli, Bank of America, a lot of those legacy businesses still around.
You said 1852?
1852. Yep, the last piece of 1915. Here's the song from 1915. This probably isn't copyrighted, but there we go. 1915 San Francisco. Whole neighborhood in, and they build all these palaces and exhibition halls, and they knock it all down and save the dome.
That was
That's wild.
1915?
1915, so open for the whole year.
Wow.
Panama Canal, 1914, the World Fair from February to December 1915.
Jeez.
And 18 million people come for this one. Henry Ford put a production line here, built a couple hundred Model Ts that year.
Wow.
Charlie Chaplin's giving shows. President Taft swings by. Probably the coolest thing though is he had a guy flying an airplane over the show every week.
All right.
Right,
Jumping in. We're going back to
Never Wear Shorts.
going to the bridge.
This area over here is called Tunnel Tops. Beautiful park built on atop of Highway 101's tunnels. So
Wow.
about a year old, man. This place is epic. If it wasn't so gray right now, it's got these huge vistas. Lots of flowers, little trail. And then your Walt Disney Family Museum.
We've been there.
Opened by Disney's daughter to talk about the family history there.
Probably the best Disney thing that there is as far as like history, straight up, because it was from the family.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, no, it's so comprehensive and rad. It's the Orca.
All right, here's our best bet. If we're gonna get anything, it's gonna be right here. So, this bridge was built from 1933 to 1937 at a cost of $35 million in those years. So, what gets you a house on Pacific Heights got you the bridge in the 30s.
Dude, wow, what a trip.
And then at 1.7 miles, the biggest suspension bridge in the world when it opened, and kept that all the way up to the 60s.
Wow.
Yeah, today number 19 on the list. Turkey has the biggest at the moment. A lot of argument over the color, a lot of ideas, but they end up going with International Orange Primer. So pretty common color to prime steel.
Yeah.
These guys start hanging iron and everybody started thinking, man, that looks good. Goes in with the surroundings, it stands out in the fog, and it's already been painted, so we're done.
Right.
There's Lucille. I told him we'd be here. Good timing, Lucille.
Hi,
I'll pay you, I'll give you $5 later.
We made it to the base of the bridge. I've actually never been to this far out. We didn't get this far. We kind of went down there by where the van is, but really cool to see it from this vantage, and you can like hear the cars going over, and then this big fort, and then this would have been the you can see kind of the swells come in. Look, there's a wave. It's just too high tide and not enough swell, but there's a wave right there. Lock it up. Nice. We gotta get the hopper's hands. So yeah, if you're surfing this spot, you're sitting like kind of under the bridge out there on a big day, and the wave you can kind of see how it bends in. There's a seal sitting there in the lineup. It's the only guy out today. But yeah, imagine getting a wave from here all the way through. Ben Gravy surfed this spot once. There's the van. It's so sick. Like the whole time we've been doing this tour, people have been like, love the ride, love your car. It's so cool. Dude, if you guys could hear this, I don't know if you can, but the sound of the cars going over is so ominous. All right, we're done with the tour. Chad was amazing. Let's see. There goes Chad. He's out of here. Bye, Chad. Later, bro. You. All right, we're stepping into Schroers, you guys. This has been something I've been wanting to do all day. We've been looking forward to this. Check this place out. We didn't eat, but we've been touring and learning, and all right, you guys. Cheers. This is let's give a cheers to Chad over there.
Absolutely.
Prost.
Here we go. How is it?
Oh, that's good.
They got a Spaten.
This is Spaten Lager. Katie got Diet Koken.
Diet Coke.
I don't know. Is that how they say it in Germany? I don't know.
It is now.
But yeah, we've been wanting to come here all day, but we were doing the tour, and the tour was amazing, and I don't even know what to say. There was so much information that was so some stuff that I've heard, but like it was the way that it was kind of given to us in this uniform way that I could digest it in an order that I could understand.
Yeah.
As far as
it was conversational. Yet presentation.
Right.
There was a little bit of both. I would say if you're coming to San Francisco, do one of those tours on your first day here and thank us later.
He had so much enthusiasm, as you guys probably saw.
He did it all to a soundtrack?
Yeah. That was crazy.
I mean, there's production value here, guys. There's a script, and it's like, and the guy's cool and personable, and like you want to hang out with this guy.
It's happening again. It's happening again.
We're doing that again.
This is, 10 out of 10. We're doing this again. We're going to put all the information in the description, as well as right here, right now. That's where you can go do this. And we highly recommend it. And
Thank us later.
tell them that Peter and Best Life sent you, and request Chad, and you'll have a great time. Now we're going to get some food.
Yeah,
and
so we ordered,
drink some more beer.
We ordered a lot of food. Peter hasn't had German food, right? He has not had German food. So we kind of really ordered a lot. Now we realize we can take stuff home. We also haven't eaten all day. So I would say don't judge us, but I don't care if you judge us because, listen, we're hungry.
No judging. No judging.
We're just doing OMAD, one meal a day, right?
One meal a day. This
one
is
way to do it.
OMAD. This is what it is. Honestly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I had a couple veggie straws. What's that? Veggie straws and a protein bar. Anyway, Prost.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Look at how it's glistening.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Bavarian pretzel
With beer cheese.
with beer cheese.
Beer.
All right, let's. Oh, that's that guy, almost like Gulden's mustard, but
Yeah,
better.
it's like grainy, whole grain mustard.
It's not Grey Poupon, so don't get excited, but it's
And then
really
this
good.
is the beer cheese. This is an excellent pretzel, by the way. Fluffy on the inside. I don't think I've had a better Bavarian pretzel, and I'm being honest right now. Like, I'm very judgmental.
I haven't had mine yet, but I'm gonna.
And the beer cheese is great.
Oh my god.
Isn't it good?
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
they brought us. I have pretzel in my mouth. They brought us some beer cheese, some curry ketchup. Phenomenal, very good. We also got some vegetable spatzels so that Peter can try it. It looks very buttery and delicious, and I think you're gonna enjoy it. It's like a pasta.
I'm ready.
And that's the curry ketchup.
That's
We're
the
gonna
curry
be dipping
ketchup
our-
that we've been
We got a sausage platter.
threatening all you folks with this the whole video. No, we haven't, but there it is. Okay, folks, we got a sausage flight, basically. Isn't that what this is? Sausage flight?
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. It's like a charcuterie of sausage, and look at it's like a honey pot of sauerkraut right there. Love it. All right, Schroers, that was amazing. Thank you. Wow. German approved. Official German approved.
And I got mints. There's a piece right there. Do you see it?
Yeah, that's an apexer, they call them.
How do you see that from here?
I already saw it. Okay, you see that Waymo right there? We're gonna take one of those. I'm nervous, but we're gonna do it.
It's gonna be fun.
Crossing the street. Hey, Waymo. Hey, this alley has an apex piece. Perfect. I'm gonna look at the apex piece. Definitive style right there. Apexer. Cool alley too. All right, we're waiting for this Waymo. So in about less than 6 minutes or so, the Waymo's gonna pull up, like right here.
No driver.
Allegedly, no driver.
No driver. Look how many Waymos there are.
They're everywhere.
So this Waymo thing's big in this city. By the way, I love how they embed the name of the street on all the corners like that. They emboss it, I guess is the term. Okay, here comes our Waymo. I think it's a little small. Peter.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Skateboard it, maybe.
Yeah.
Did you have to say that was our Waymo?
What else would it be?
Like choked on my neck.
Here it is.
Dude, here's our car. I don't like the looks of the driver already.
Yeah, the driver is a little sketchy.
Sketchy, bro.
Dude, look at how cool that is. It's a Jaguar? Dude.
To the window.
My initials on top.
Oh, look at
Oh,
his
no
initials
way.
on there.
That's crazy.
Unlock the.
Okay.
He's
so
going to unlock the doors
it.
with his app. Oh, I just heard it.
Whoa, the handles just popped out.
I'll go in the passenger seat.
Okay,
You guys can take
we'll
the
go in
back.
So do the windows roll down? Okay, cool.
Good. Because
I was
we're
like-
gonna. Can we crack the windows? Oh my gosh. This is so cool. Oh, here, Spence, go on this side so you can see the driver.
I'm going on the other side. Don't leave without me. My first Waymo.
This is so cool.
This is wild. Okay, I'm going to open my window so I can have a little air. Okay, then I want to I just have a quick chat with the driver. Driver, so hold on. It's just Peter. All right, I guess.
So we can hit start ride. Look at the steering wheel.
Dude, Ghost Riders in the sky.
Okay, I think dude, this is so weird.
I better put my seatbelt on.
Yeah. They'll call you.
Okay, so yeah, apparently you can pick music. You can curse at the driver because he's just not going to be offended, which is great these days because...
This is awesome. We can like charge our phones.
Now there is a feature right here that says pull over. So, you know, if you were like, hey, I want to grab a bagel at that shop right there, you can just pull over. And
tells you your exact arrival time.
Very good.
And
now,
then that could change.
I'm going to be honest. I was nervous about doing this, right? We've seen these around and know what they are. I have to say so far, like, to my friend Peter, who also, he understands my thing.
Claustrophobia.
Dude, it's so chill already. I'm like, okay, I'm just...
This is so crazy. There's no one driving us right now. I'm tripping out. But you're not feeling as nervous anymore?
No, I'm not. That's what I'm trying to explain is that the way it's set up, the pullover thing, the support, the whole like...
The fact that
I can roll my window down. Yeah, for some reason...
I did too. I thought we would be like trapped in a glass box.
Yes, and I don't know why I thought that, where that came from. But
also you can see up here too.
Yeah, it's a big moonroof type of thing.
So cool.
Yeah.
You're in total control.
Yeah, you're in more control than you think.
More so than if there was a driver, because you don't know if he had too much cough syrup this morning. You don't. You just don't.
Like, look at this. It's kind of like where the Tesla like sees people and
all
that stuff. You know, it sees everything, and you can change the music, the temperature. I mean, everything. You can learn about the car. Like, look at that. There's a rear view, a map view. Like, that's incredible. This is so
You guys
cool.
want some techno, maybe?
Yeah, well, whatever's not copyrighted. Although this is kind of relaxing, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm down. I like that I can crawl out of my window if I needed to. If I needed to escape.
Now, there's one thing missing. The Waymo doesn't have a Chad. We don't have a Chad telling us amazing things about every inch of the city that we're driving through.
Yeah.
So maybe, look into the future, Waymo. You guys should maybe just give Chad a bunch of money.
VW Chad.
Yeah, and just kind of license out his whole
Everything.
approach. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He'd be glad to probably license it to you guys.
I just think this is so weird that there literally is no one driving us, and we're like, this is the weirdest thing. And I mean, this is in a very pretty busy city, and it's just
extremely busy city.
And look at it, and it's just, look at the steering wheel turning. Look at that. Tell me that's not the most insane thing. And we're rolling through one of the busiest cities.
And it's funny because they probably don't even need the steering wheel. They just put it in here for your edification, probably.
So true.
So you know that thing's in control.
I mean, that's amazing.
This is if you pulled up next to us and we're like, hey, what's up?
Stop.
We're in a Waymo.
Sup?
Sup?
Waymo and beyond.
You guys feel stupid, don't you? I don't have a driver. I'm out of here. Nobody in this car's driving. You guys are lame. This reminds me of Johnny Cab. And I think it was from Demolition Man, if I'm not mistaken. Johnny Cab without the Johnny. Without the little weird dude. Okay, real quick, I got to jump in and tell you about a little Waymo story. Because,
a little Waymo story.
we're in a little bit of traffic and, it's San Francisco. It's a city. It's like New York. It's like there's cars all over the place. But there was a guy kept beeping us. I could tell he was mad. And he honked and he came around. He was cursing out the car, the Waymo car. So we're not driving. We're just sitting in here. Anyways, a little Waymo comedy. Well, from the back of the Waymo here in San Francisco, we bid you adieu. Thank you, Peter, for having us today, planning this whole thing.
So much fun.
This was amazing. We're doing it again. That's what we've been saying.
And again and
10
again
out of
and
10.
again.
Thank you, Chad, for touring us around, and all that info will be in our description. An amazing day, and
Yes.
there's more to come. This is not the end by any means. Stay tuned. Thank you to our Patrons. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Best Life and Beyond. Bye-bye, everybody. All right, our ride is complete. Thank you, Waymo.
Wow, wait.
Please make sure it's clear before exiting.
Cool.
And it told us to not forget our keys.
You know, Waymo, that was way more than I expected. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. I had to. Sorry.
I'm gonna put the window up.
Make sure you don't forget anything.
Listen to the music, too.
Soothing music.